Good morning, students. Welcome to today's online class. In previous video, we started radioactivities. In present video, we want to continue the remaining concepts of radioactivities. A very important concept means half-life period. The symbol of half-life period means capital T or T half is there. T half means half-life period. We know, for example, it is one radioactive substance. Initially, it has more number of atoms. The initial number of atoms is denoted by the symbol N0. We know radioactivity is a spontaneous process. Without pressure, without temperature, without force. The radioactive substance always emits radiation. The radioactive substance emits continuously radiation. So assume initially radioactive substance consisting of 100% of atoms. But after some time, the radioactive substance loses some number of atoms. So it becomes number of atoms inside the radioactive substance becomes 90%. After some more time, the number of atoms inside the radioactive substance becomes 80%. After some more time, the number of atoms becomes 70% of initial number of atoms. After some more time, the present number of atoms becomes 50% of initial number of atoms. So time taken by the radioactive substance to disintegrate half of atoms. If half of atoms are disintegrated, then the substance consisting of half of atoms. That corresponding time is called as a half-life period. So half-life period means it is a time taken by the radioactive substance to disintegrate half of atoms. That corresponding time is called as half-life period. We know according to radioactive decay law, the present number of atoms N is equal to N0 into e power minus lambda T. N means present number of atoms, N0 means initial number of atoms, lambda means decay constant. A decay constant is mainly depends on nature of the substances. From one radioactive substance to another radioactive substance, a proportionally constant decay constant value changes. T is given times. Here, in case of half-life period, if T is equal to capital T, in case of half-life period, 50% of atoms are disintegrates. That means 50% of atoms are remains. So after completion of one half-life, the present number of atoms becomes N is equal to N0 by 2. That corresponding time is nothing but half-life period capital T. Apply these two values here. N means N0 by 2 is equal to N0 into e power minus lambda into capital T. Both sides N0 is cancelled. So 1 by 2 is equal to e power minus lambda T minus lambda into capital T. The e power minus lambda T is equal to 1 by 2. Make it reverse. E power plus lambda T is equal to 1 by 2 means 2. It is e power plus lambda T is equal to 2 is. Now take log on both sides. Take log on both sides. So left side log e power lambda T base e. Right side log 2 base e. Here power value comes front side. So lambda t into log e base e is equal to right side log 2 base e. Convert exponential base into decimal based. In logarithm books, decimal based is. Now we need to convert exponential base into decimal based. The conversion of exponential base to decimal base means multiply with 2.3026 into log 2 base 10. So conversion of exponential base to decimal base, multiplying with this value. Left side lambda t is equal to lambda t into log e base e value 1, log 10 base 10 value 1, log x base x value 1 is equal to 2.3026 into log 2 base 10. In logarithm books we know log 2 base 10 value 0.3010. So lambda into capital T is equal to right side 0.693, but you have to find half-life period capital T. So expression for half-life period capital T or T half is equal to 0.693 by lambda. So that is about expression for a half-life period. So half-life T half is equal to 0.693 by lambda. Lambda means decay constant. It is varies from one material to another material system. Next, a graph is drawn between time versus number of atoms. Time is taken on x-axis and number of atoms is taken on y-axis. At starting time, radioactive substance consisting of n naught number of atoms. We know as the time is increased, a radioactive substance loses more number of atoms. So with the increasing of time, the number of atoms inside the radioactive substance is gradually decreases. Decreases exponentially. So at starting time, the number of atoms is n naught. As the time is increased, number of atoms inside the radioactive substance is decreased. Across one corresponding time, the number of atoms inside the radioactive substance becomes half. The corresponding time is called as a half-life period. So that is about expression for a half-life period. Definition means the time taken by the radioactive substance to disintegrate half of atoms. It is the final expression for half-life period. T half is equal to 0.693 by lambda, where lambda is decay constant. That graph is also important. So that is about the concept of half-life period. Based on radioactivity or based on half-life period. Next continuation important, some points are there. Nothing but note points are there. So assume n naught be the initial number of atoms after completion of one half-life. After completion of one half-life, 50% of atoms are decayed. After completion of one half-life, number of atoms becomes n naught by 2. Next, after completion of two half-lives, number of atoms becomes half of initial atoms, half of previous atoms. n naught by 2 by 2 is there, n naught by 4 is there. Nothing but n naught by 2 square. So after completion of two half-lives, number of atoms remains undecayed, n naught by 2 square. Next, after completion of three half-lives, the number of atoms becomes half of previous number of atoms, n naught by 4 by 2, n naught by 8 is there. Or that is equal to n naught by 2 cube. So after completion of 3 half-lives, the number of atoms undecayed or number of atoms remains becomes n naught by 2 cubes. Similarly, after completion of 4 half-lives, the number of atoms undecayed is equal to n naught by 2 power 4. Similarly, after completion of 10 half-lives, the number of atoms remains becomes n naught by 2 power 10. Or after completion of n half-lives, 1 half-life means 1G, 3 half-lives means 3G, n half-lives means NG. After completion of n half-lives, the number of atoms undecayed, n is equal to n naught by 2 power n. The number of atoms undecayed, or after completion of n half-lives, the fraction of atoms undecayed, n by n naught is equal to 1 by 2 power n. So after completion of n half-lives, the fraction of atoms undecayed becomes 1 by 2 power n. It is decayed atoms. So undecayed atoms. Next, after completion of n half-lives, the fraction of atoms decayed is equal to remaining fraction is equal to 1 minus n by n naught. 1 minus n by n naught means 1 by 2 power n. So after completion of n half-lives, the fraction of atoms undecayed means 1 by 2 power n. Decayed means 1 minus 1 by 2 power n. So that is about some important points based on half-life values. Still observe some more points. For example, its starting time, the radioactive substance consisting of 100% of atoms. Initially having 100% of atoms. After completion of one half-life, 50% of atoms are decayed. Then 50% of atoms are remains. So in terms of percentages, fractions means after completion of one half-life, n naught by 2, 50%. Next, after completion of two half-lives, the fraction of atoms, the percentage of atoms undecayed becomes 25%. Half of previous. Half of 50 means 25%. Or after completion of three half-lives, half of previous, half of 25 means 12.5%. Or after completion of four half-lives, the percentage of atoms remains half of 12.5, 6.25%. Or after completion of five half-lives, the percentage of atoms undecayed half of this side, so 3.125%. So that is about some important points based on this radioactivity or half-life period. Next, based on this half-life period, some example problems are there. For example, the half-life period of a radioactive substance is given as 12.5 years. The half-life period of a radioactive substance is 12.5 years. Then, after completion of 50 years, what is the fraction of atoms? What is the fraction of atoms undecayed? But how to solve this problem means one time for one half-life is given and total time is given. Now we have to find in 50 years how many half-lives are there. Time for one half-life is 12.5. But in 50 years, how many number of half-lives are there? So number of half-lives, n is equal to a given time by half-life time. A given time is 50 years. A time for one half-life is nothing but 12.5. So 50 by 12.5 means 4 years. In 50 years, total 4 half-lives are. But after completion of 4 half-lives, the fraction of atoms undecayed. The fraction of atoms undecayed formula, n by n naught is equal to 1 by 2 power n. 1 by 2 power 4, n means 4. 1 by 4 means 1 by 2 power 4 means 1 by 16. The fraction of atoms undecayed. Sometimes based on same data also calculate the fraction of atoms decayed. Now what is the formula for fraction of atoms decayed means remain? 1 minus 1 by 2 power n. Or 1 minus n by n naught, or 1 minus n by n naught value 1 by 16, or 1 minus 1 by 16 means 15 by 16. So in 4 half-lives, the fraction of atoms undecayed is 1 by 16. But fraction of atoms decayed is 15 by 16. So that is about some example problems based on half-life rules. Observe one more problem based on half-life period. For example, the half-life period of a radioactive substance is 10 years. The half-life period of a radioactive substance is given as 10 years. Time for one half-life is given 10 years. After completion of how much time? After how much time? The fraction of atoms becomes, the fraction of atoms undecayed becomes 3.125%. So time for one half-life is given 10 years. After how many years? The fraction of atoms undecayed becomes 3.125%. So given the fraction of atoms undecayed is given, n by n naught value is given 3.125%. So 3.125% means by 100. Cancel 1 and 32 times. 1 by 32. 1 by 32 means 32 means 2 power 5. 2 power 4 means 16, 2 power 5 means 32. But we know the fraction of atoms undecayed formula n by n naught is 1 by 2 power n. That is equal to 1 by 2 power 5. Compare both are in same form. The number of half-lives becomes 5. So fraction of atoms undecayed, the percentage of fraction of atoms undecayed is 3.125%. Means how many half-lives means 5 half-lives. Time for one half-life is 10 years. But time for n half-lives becomes n t. One half-life is 1 t, 3 half-lives is 3 t, 5 half-lives is 5 t. 5 into t, 5 into 10, 50 years. So that is about one more example problem based on this half-life period. In radioactivity, next continuation important concept, average lifetime or mean lifetimes. First of all, what is the need for calculation of average or mean lifetime? Radioactive substance always emits radiations spontaneously. So in this process, some atoms having less lifetime, some atoms having moderate lifetime, and some atoms having more lifetime. So that's why there is some need to calculate an average or a mean lifetime. Its symbol is nothing but tau is there. Now what is meant by, what is the definition of average or mean lifetime? General definition we know. Average means the sum of all values by number of values are there. So like that, average lifetime means it is the ratio of the total lifetime of all atoms to the number of atoms is there. So that kind of time is called as the average lifetime or mean lifetime. So tau is equal to, it is the ratio of the total lifetime of all atoms to the number of atoms. Assume one radioactive substance consisting of n0 initial number of atoms. So numerator means ratio of, numerator means the total lifetime of all atoms. Total lifetime of all atoms means integral of t into dn. Every integration having some limits are there. Lower limit is nothing but 0 and upper limit is nothing but infinity. Starting lifetime is 0, ending lifetime is infinity. So within these limits you have to calculate, integrate and numerator values. So the ratio of total lifetime of all atoms to the number of atoms. According to radioactive decay law, the rate of disintegration, a dn by dt is equal to minus lambda into n is there. Or a dn is equal to minus lambda n into a dt. Or magnitude of dn, magnitude of any value is always positive. Magnitude of negative value is positive, magnitude of positive value is also positive. So magnitude of dn means plus lambda into n means we know. According to radioactive decay law, n is equal to n0 into e power minus lambda t into dt. Substitute this dn value here. So average lifetime or mean lifetime tau is equal to integral 0 to infinity 1 by n0 into t into a dn value becomes this one. So lambda into n0 into e power minus lambda t dt. Constant values are moving outside from integration. So tau is equal to lambda n0 is constant outside by n0 integral 0 to infinity. And lambda n0 is moving outside, remaining value becomes a t into e power minus lambda t into dt. Your numerator denominator on n0 is cancelled. So average lifetime tau is equal to integral 0 to infinity lambda into integral 0 to infinity t into e power minus lambda t dt. Above equation is in the form of integration by parts. So this integration is simplified from the integration by parts system. In integration by parts, one formula is there, integral of fx into dx, integral of fx into gx into dx is equal to fx into integral of gx dx minus integral f dash x into f dash means differentiation of first term f dash x into again integral gx into dx. So using this integration by parts formula, we have to solve this one. So a average lifetime or mean lifetime, a tau is equal to lambda into first fx into integral of gx. Integral of gx means e power minus lambda t into dt minus integral f dash x is there. So differentiation of t, f dash means differentiation. A differentiation of t with respect to t value 1. And again integral e power minus lambda t into dt. Simplify this. Your integration limits 0 to infinity. So tau is equal to a lambda into t into integral of e power x differentiate integral of e power x value is e power x. So like that integral of e power minus lambda t value e power minus lambda t by differentiation of minus lambda t means minus lambda t. So limits 0 to infinity. Limits 0 to infinity minus integral 0 to infinity 1 into again integral value same value e power minus lambda t by minus lambda into dt. So tau is equals lambda into apply this limit sum. This first bracket value becomes 0 is there. Next, this minus 1 by lambda is outside, minus of minus is plus is there. Integral 0 to infinity e power minus lambda t into dt. So tau is equals lambda into 0 value is 0. Lambda into 1 by lambda value is 1. Lambda into 1 by lambda value is cancelled. And integral 0 to infinity e power minus lambda t into dt. Or tau is equal to average lifetime tau is equal to 0 plus integration of this value becomes 1 by lambda. So finally, the average lifetime or mean lifetime tau is equal to 1 by lambda. So expression for average lifetime or mean lifetime is tau is equal to 1 by lambda. Lambda means decay constant. So reciprocal of decay constant is also called as average lifetime. So it is the expression for average lifetime. Tau is equal to 1 by lambda. Reciprocal of decay constant is equal to mean lifetime. So in this lifetime, in this mean lifetime, how many number of atoms are undecayed? So if in case of this lifetime, in this lifetime tau is equal to 1 by lambda. So in this lifetime, in case of half lifetime, 50% of atoms are undecayed. In case of mean lifetime, how many atoms are undecayed means we know n is equal to n naught into e power minus lambda into t, or n naught into e power minus lambda into t means 1 by lambda. This lambda and this lambda is cancelled. So n is equal to n naught into e power minus 1. E power minus 1 means 1 by e. 1 by e value 0.337 almost 1 by e value almost 0.37 of n naught. So in case of average lifetime, the number of atoms with undecayed or percentage of atoms undecayed is nothing but 37%. That corresponding lifetime is also called as a mean lifetime. So in case of mean lifetime, 37% of atoms are undecayed. If 37% of atoms are undecayed, the percentage of atoms are decayed means 63% of atoms are decayed. So that is about average lifetime and expression for average lifetime. So that is about one more definition. So average lifetime can be defined as it is a time taken by the radioactive substance to disintegrate 63% of atoms or remains 37% of atoms. That corresponding time is called as average lifetime or mean lifetime. Next continuation, the small important relation. It is the relation between half-life period and mean lifetime. The symbol of half-life is nothing but capital T, and the symbol of mean lifetime is nothing but tau. But what is the relation between means we know? Expression for half-life T is equal to 0.693 by lambda, and expression for mean lifetime tau is equal to 1 by lambda. So relation between half-life and mean lifetime, so tau is equal to 0. So T is equal to 0.693 into 1 by lambda is nothing but tau. So it is the relation between half-life and mean lifetime, or tau is equal to T by 0.693 or tau is equal to 1 by 0.693 means 1.44 into T. So mean lifetime is 1.44 times that of half-life. So that is about relation between half-life and mean lifetime. So these two are the relations. So that is also important. And next last, different units of activities, different practical units of activity, radioactivities. Generally, radioactive substance always emits radiations are there. So radioactive substance always disintegrates number of atoms. So that is about a definition of radioactivity. But what are the different units of activity means? First unit, nothing but becquerel. So becquerel is SI unit of radioactivity, because radioactivity discovered by the scientist Becquerel. So for this condition, the units of SI unit of radioactivity is nothing but Becquerel is there. Now what is meant by one Becquerel? If any radioactive substance undergoes one disintegration per second, in every 1 second, if the radioactive substance disintegrates one atom, a disintegration of atoms is called disintegrations per second. So if any radioactive substance undergoes one disintegration per second, then such activity is called as Becquerel. The symbol of Becquerel is nothing but BQ is there. So value 1 Becquerel is equal to 1 disintegration per second. So it is SI unit of radioactivity. 1 becquerel is equal 1 disintegration per second. Next, one more unit of radioactivity means Curie. The symbol of Curie is nothing but Ci. It is also scientist name. So it is also one more unit of radioactivity or activity. Or what is meant by 1 Curie? So if any radioactive substance undergoes 3.7 into 10 power 10 disintegrations per second, such activity is called as 1 Curie. So 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 power 10 disintegrations per second, or 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 power 10 disintegration per second is becquerel is there, or 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 power 10 becquerel. So it is also one more unit of activity. Next, last unit of radioactivity means Rutherford. The symbol of Rutherford is nothing but Rd. So it is also scientist name. It is also one more unit of radioactivity. But what is meant by 1 Rutherford? If the radioactive substance undergoes 10 power 6 disintegrations per second, if any radioactive substance undergoes 10 power 6 disintegrations per second, then such activity is called as 1 Rutherford. Or 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 power 6 disintegrations per second, or disintegration per second means becquerel. So that is about different units of radioactivity. SI unit means becquerel. Sometimes 1 mass per sensor. Mention SI unit of radioactivity, or mention SI unit of activity means becquerel. 1 becquerel is equal to 1 disintegration per second. 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 power 10 becquerels, or 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 power 6 becquerels. So these all are the different units of activities.